Take advantage of me. Had to tell it. I can't keep my feet on the ground, baby. Oh, I can't keep my feet on the ground. I'm gonna walk out the door if you like. Don't want to take down. Well. Look like I'm having some technical difficulties on the video side, but that's okay. That's okay. We're trying to work out the bugs. But I'm telling you right now, when the imp come out, boy, the imp comes out at night. The imps come out at night. Boy, look at here. Look at here. All right. Again, I apologize for uh, the uh, program for tonight. Hey, listen. You don't have to see me to hear me. I'm gonna do this thing like in the blind, like Doolittle. Yeah, I'm gonna do this thing in the blind. I'm gonna be flying by the seat of my pants. That's okay, but we still gonna get through it. And I'm not gonna keep you long. I'm not gonna keep you long at all. All right, so let's say welcome to the for the record, the word on the street. Yeah, and that's all you're gonna be able to get today is the word because you're not gonna be able to see me today for some reason. My camera is not functioning, but that's all right. You're gonna be able to hear me. Can you hear me? All right. Okay, but first of all, let me just say again, I apologize and thank you for those who are showing up and for those of you who are going to watch this on a delay view. So I'm going to thank you right now in advance for your patience and your kindness. Okay. And so, I normally we're operating on three different platforms. You can catch me on Facebook. You can catch me on Twitter and you can catch me on YouTube. And do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't let this get you turned off. For those of you who know me, hey, sometimes things happen. The bug come in and make it do what it do. But I'm gonna work my way through it. Okay, if that's all right with you. I'm gonna work my way right on through it. And so, yeah, so hit that like button if you would, and also hit the subscribe and hit that bell. And while you're at it, go ahead and share it. Tweet it, reach it, put your comments in it. Hey, this is open, baby. Look here. This is when I'm talking to you and I'm spitting out what I believe. This is how I see it on my side of the street, and I'm quite sure you see it differently on your side of the street. So I'm not gonna get mad at you. So don't get mad at me. We just make it do what it do. Is that okay? All right then. And so again, but you can get me on three other platforms. You can get me on the YouTube. You can get me on Twitter, and you can get me on Facebook. Okay. Now, so let's get right to it. Let's get right to this. I'm feeling. Be honest right now. I'm feeling kind of strange, like because I really can't. I'm flying in the blind. So you just help me out. But I'm gonna spit it to you. I'm gonna spit it to you the best I can. All right. So yeah. Because as you know, the topic we're talking about, the word on the street, it's about dogging me around, and we're talking about the chains of fools. Yeah, chains of food. Boy, look here. How long will this stuff go on? That's the question I'm asking tonight. You know, how long will this stuff continue to go on? How long they gonna continue to dog us around? I'm talking about as a nation whole. I mean, right now, it seems there's no continuity anywhere in this United States of America. United, I can't see it. I can't tell. United, look here. I understand the left and the right because I got a left foot and I got a right foot, and I understand left and right because I got a left hand and I got a. But you see, these two uh, 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 left and right hand, hey, they complement each other. While one is doing one thing and other can do another thing, but they complement each other because they're united. But I can't understand it for the life of me why at this time, at this juncture, that this United States is so divided. I mean, the left hand's not even talking to the right hand. The right hand not talking to the left hand. They're acting like two stuck up virgins. They ain't listening to nothing. Ain't no amount of sweet talking you can tell them to get them to get to the bedroom. Yeah, they ain't doing it. They just ain't doing it. They just and then to make matters worse, you got infighting, backbiting, lying, escapism. You get all kinds of stuff that it shouldn't be. Not when we say that we're all working to get to one place. We're all trying to get, we all, listen. And this is my hope, and maybe this is my fantasy, but I'm hoping that we all get to a place where we at least have some common ground. I know there's common ground out there. I know there's common ground. We can't be at odds at everything. We just can't. And so we have this thing going on in this country where all logic has just left the room. All logic has just left the room. You know, I you know, I, poor. Listen, I was watching this thing that just made me feel some kind of way. Here's a lady trying to do their job. They're the best that they can. And now we know that we can't, you just can't please everybody. You just can't. But here's this lady. trying to do the very best that she can, and people breaking in on her job. Now she's on the school board, and they're breaking in on her job, and threaten her life, telling what they're gonna do and all of this. Now, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna be blunt with this. These are white folk doing this stuff. Imagine that. Now, it doesn't matter if it was white or black that was doing this, because either way, you're out of order. You're out of order. Where are all the good people? Where are all the good people to shut that stuff down? Because that just doesn't make any sense to me. It- you know, they had this anti-bullying campaign, earlier this year, and they had it in the past. And people get upset talking about bullying, talking about anti-bullying. Well, these people who are going through these board meetings, these council meetings, man, they're nothing but bullies. Now, listen, there's a difference between me making my voice or my opinion being known. There's a right way to do a little Key Sweat. He said, there's a right way and wrong way to treat somebody. There just is. There just is. Now, these people are going to the school boards and our city council meetings and acting like, they haven't been taught anything. They act as if they're, listen, I've seen better manners at a little league football game, when parents are getting ready to scuffle over a bad call, which really doesn't, matter one way or the other. But these people here are doing their job. They're, for the most part, they're elected officials. If you don't like what they're doing, vote them out. Vote them out. Don't act like a bunch of heathens and, you know, talking about tar and feathering and, you know, doing some bodily harm. That's bull. That's absolute bull. And for anyone to put up with that or allow someone to carry on that way, that just doesn't pass the smell test to me. It doesn't. Listen, just think about it like this. And the sad thing about it, most of these folk that they're raising up and want to do some are women. Women on the boards, and I can't understand it for the life of me. All the we had this big moment talking about Me Too. We don't want to have this this patriarch system where the men are just bosses around and X, Y, and Z. Man, it's women bullying other women. Now imagine that. Come on, talk to me, somebody. Imagine that. How can someone take you serious when you're acting like a fool? Acting like a fool. And then you wonder why your children are acting like a fool because they're getting a prime example. They're getting a first class seat watching you be a fool. Watching you cause chaos. It just doesn't make any sense to me. How would you like it if I went to your job and start ranting and raving and threaten your life and all that other old good happy stuff? Hey there, Kim. Hey there, Gloria. How y'all doing this evening? I can apologize. I'm having video to yo problem, but I'm gonna be spitting the truth as best as I can. Bless y'all. Yes, yes, but yes. Why do we think that is all right? That we can go into a place of business and start raising Cain and then act like nothing. Why do we think we can do that? I mean, I don't think I can. As a matter of fact, I know I can't do that. I know for a fact that I couldn't do that because if I did that right there, I would not only be beaten up, thrown out, and fined and did some time. I probably wouldn't make it out there alive. That is setting a bad precedent and is also setting a bad example. You say you're trying to protect the children. Well, then protect the children. But first, set an example. Is that the example that we want to set for our children? Chaos? No, I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Because as we continue, exactly, they're acting with their emotions, and they're not, you know, letting their IQ. I'm quite sure there's some smart people. They don't always act. Kim says they don't always act strategically. What I'm telling you right now, I don't know what they're doing now, but what I do know, it is not serving the purpose. It is not doing what. Well, listen. One lady got up there talking about, they do not want their children to understand about the government. That's probably why you don't know. That's probably why she doesn't know anything about the government. Because if she did, she would have never said that right there. You better know. Listen, I don't. Let me tell you, be honest. I don't trust the government, so I try to find out all I can about them. That's right. But just because I don't trust the government, don't mean I'm gonna go to somebody's place and act a fool. Because the real thing is, the real issue is now you taking away the focus of your purpose. Yeah, you just handed them your cards. Now you've been labeled something else. You have been labeled something else. They need to stop dogging, these people. Let them do their job. And if you're not satisfied with the job, there's always the VOTE. Vote them out. Let them know. Let them know. But don't. I mean, I know y'all sanctified, but don't be laying no hands on nobody. You don't have the right. And you're not going to even lay the hands on your own kids. So what you think you're going to lay your hand on somebody else? That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So they need to stop dogging folk around. Okay, that's just how I see it on this side of the street. So let me get to this other thing. Let me get to this other thing. This other thing. All right. So there's a lot of scuttlebutt going on about the 3.5 trillion dollar uh, bill that the uh, President Biden wants. Okay, that's what he wants. But obviously, we're not going to get that. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Now, do I want that? Because as I look at it in that bit, there's a lot of good stuff in there. You're talking about. I mean, there's a lot of you know, goodies and giveaways in that bag. But see, here's the thing. I just said it was 3.5 trillion. No, you know, but most of those giveaways and goodies that they have in there, they're generic and they're across the board. Everybody can you know eat a little bit. Everyone can eat a little bit. But here's where I see the problem. Where I see the problem is you got you got two senators, Mr. Manchin and Miss Cinema, and they just are not going to are going to get on the same page. They're just not. They're just not. Now we can from what I see and what I hear, I can see where Mr. Manchin's coming from. He's a good old boy. That there's nothing there's nothing other than you can say about that. That's where he stands. But for Miss Cinema, I don't see her. I don't see the rhyme or the reason. Now listen to me. And you can say what you want to say. You know, she used to be in the House of Representatives. Exactly, political theater. But see, this ain't right now. This ain't the time or the place for political theater. It just isn't the time or the place for political theater. It's just not. It's just not the time and the place for political theater. Because the fact of the matter is this: United States is borderline crisis. Yeah, yeah, we're having a meltdown. Yeah, we're having a bad reaction to a bad president, and not only a bad president, a bad Congress. Not only a bad Congress, I say a suspect judicial committee. I said it. The whole government right now is in a to me it's in a tailspin. And people are afraid to act. Now, I'm not saying to act out of impulse, but to act deliberate. Now, uh, uh, you know, this is 2021, and 2022 is right around the corner. As a matter of fact, it's almost time for them Joker to start, laying down some work and start, campaigning, for their seats. Yeah, this week they had a special election in Idaho. It was Iowa. Was one of those. Anyway, it was a blue area, but a Republican took it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Kim says, yeah, she agreed. We're in a spin, with a tailspin. And see, this is the part, Kim, that people don't want to talk about. Neoliberalism. They don't want to talk about that. Everybody just want to talk about the right, the hard right, or the extreme right, or the ultra conservative. They make them the big boogeyman, but they don't know the liberals have boogie men and women as well. Like I just told you, one of them. I just told you one of them, Christine. Kristen Cinema. She's one. And so when we get ready to make a move, we got this clog, and there we have remedies. This is the thing. I asked this question, and I don't know if you ever asked this question. The question I ask is why. Okay, they said, well, they vote with us, majority of the time. Yes, on petty stuff, but on things that really count, like the Foreman uh, uh, legislation about the policing. I have not, I have not heard that being brought up. I haven't heard it brought up. Is it DOA? Is that another promise denied? They're dogging us. They're dogging us. Listen. That piece of legislation helps everyone. Now, although it took, a black man to die for it, but that piece of legislation helps everyone. But it just particularly help us because we're getting the blunt of the police shooting and killing. Yes. Yes. We're the object of their affection. They show us how much what kind of affection they show us. Yeah. Yes. But the thing of it, but the thing that really gets me, that really gets me, every person other than the Black Caucus, every other group, they fend for their people. They're out there fighting like hell for the people. But the Congressional Black Caucus, they're just like they're like water, ready for somebody to put some Kool-Aid in there, put some wine. You know, they get watered down. They get watered down. So that makes, and when you water us down, that makes us ineffective. That makes us ineffective. And there's a lot of folk that said, "What the heck? Why should I attempt to vote when they keep on doing the same old thing? When they keep on, making promises, promises, promises." That's right. Even the lynching bill, and these are things. Listen, and these are things pertaining to us. If it's anything that pertaining to the ADOS community, it seems to be it's not important. Not yet. It's not important yet. Hold on. Wait. Just wait. Wait. Well, you didn't wait when you made Now I have nothing to get. Listen. Let me say this before I say what I'm going to say. First of all, I have nothing against anybody. I'm not anti-black. I'm not anti-African. I'm not anti-Asian. I'm not anti-Spanish. I'm not anti-Latino. I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti-rich. I'm not anti-poor. I'm not anti-anything. I'm just pro-ADOS. And so that's all I am. But that doesn't mean that I don't care about other folk. What I'm saying is I care about me and mine. Now, having said that, when they made the Asian community and the islanders, Southern Islanders, protected status, hell, what the hell? And I'm not saying this, because they got what they got. Because whenever someone get what they got, well, God bless them. But I'm saying this because, listen, we've been getting the crap kicked out of us for centuries, and we still can't be placed in the protective status. Gay, same thing, same principle. Even though there's black gays, white gays, Asian gays of all shades and colors. But if black folk were a protected class, then that would cover those gays as well. Anybody have watched me for a moment, they know my take on what I believe about violence. I know it happens, but the fact of the matter is, no one should have the right to be violent against anybody. We don't have any extra people. Everyone that's on this planet is unique. And so, since we are unique and there's no extras, why would you try to take them off the board just because? Yeah, they need to stop dogging us. And we need to get out that program where we become, a chain of fools. We're just becoming a chain of fools. They're like the Pied Piper, where they start, singing their song, and then here we come. So yes, we need to get it. And this is probably going to be our final subject we talk about. And I'm going to talk about home, the Atlanta, ATL. But this could be anywhere in America. But I'm going to talk about Atlanta. When I say Atlanta, I'm talking about Atlanta and the Metro. Atlanta and the Metro. Yeah, we've got homeless. The homeless situation is, man, it has never been good. I'm just gonna put it out there. The homeless situation has never been good. Okay, I see you there, Kim. That's right. Race is already a protected class. But okay, okay, yeah. But they specify. They put a exclamation part, a mark on some folk. Like I said, they made a whole bill and they standing by it for the Asian community, which I say is great. Which I say is great. But go back to the Atlanta and the homeless. Atlanta and the homeless. I was talking to a young lady the other week, earlier this week, earlier this week, and and she now I don't want to take this out of context because she to me she came across as a little discouraged. I can see that the fire that she once had in her eyes for working with the working with the community, and as we began to talk, I can hear it and see it in her eyes as she uh, communicated her disappointment for the city government of Atlanta. Like I said, this I'm talking about Atlanta, but this could be any place, anywhere in the United States, where a bunch of politicians will tell you a whole bunch of stuff, make a bunch of promises, and then once they get what they want, they just leave you flat. You know, yeah, they just leave you wet. They didn't smooched on you and nibbled on your ear and all of the good stuff, and then now it's time for you to get yours, and they running out the door. They're running out the door. See, we've got to, we need to, break a few politicians, break them before they get there. And if they somehow get there, we need to keep them and accountable. Not sometime, but all the time. But all the time. Not sometime, but all the time. Now we got listen. You know, a lot of people, in Atlanta, they're busy. I understand, and like I said, don't have to be Atlanta anywhere. They're busy and they don't have, you know, or they don't have or they don't want to take the time to really dig in on their community. They just don't. They just care about that those four walls because that's all they ever know about, or all their interests is, until they get put on the street. Until they get put on the street. And once you get put on the street, now you can recover. So don't think that, don't let anybody think you can't recover. But I'm gonna tell you something. It is much easier to do preventive measures than to do a triage. It's less expensive. It's less expensive, and it works better if you do preventive medicine. Now, what am I talking about? All right, so we got a bunch of candidates, running, for the city of Atlanta, the mayor, right? And you hear all kinds of promises and finger pointing, this kind of stuff. Like I said, it don't have to be Atlanta. It could be any city in the United States. But see, this is what tying all of them together. This is what tying all together. The money, the money, the money. You need to listen. Like I said, when I was talking to that young lady, and she was, I can tell, she was at one time she was very passionate about what she was doing. And now I'm not saying that she's not doing what she's doing something that she's passionate about now. But what I'm saying to it is, she got dis she got disappointed, and now she's semi disengaged, and she's trying to do something else. When the thing that I really feel that she should be doing, but she needs some help. And I hope you're, hey, you know who I'm talking about. I hope you're on the line, and and hope folk will help, because yes, you can have one martyr, but it so feel better when you have a group of people with you that are down with you, that are really down with you. You know, as long as we're going in the right direction. I'm not going to fall on my sword for some foolishness. No, I'll fall on my sword on some righteous stuff. But if we do not think that our community is worth saving, now I'm gonna say this one more time, so you can be clear. If we do not think that our community is worth saving, then why should anybody else? I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic, Irish, whatever. If you do not think that your community is worth fighting for, then why should anyone else? I just can't get what this thing was. I don't know how. Well, baby, fine. Listen, you didn't know how to do a lot of things before you learned how to do them. I got you, Kim. I'm introduce you to that person. I think you might even know him. Yes, 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 yes. You know, we become, whether intentional or accidental, we become, dream killers. Our own, we kill our own dreams, and then once they'll die, we'll say, hell, nobody gonna. If I can't dream, nobody's gonna dream. That's bull. That's just absolute bull. How many people out here just know any dream killers? Every time you see them, back in the day, there was a cartoon called Slith Rock. And every time Slith Rock came around, bad things happened because Slith Rock never had anything good to say. We need to get out. We need to get out from that one. We need to get away from that one. We need to do some more encouraging. And I'm not saying encouraging stupid stuff. Come on now. I was saying we need to encourage us to be better than we are, because we are better than we act. Yeah, we are much better than we act, as a people, as a nation, as a whole. But we can never get to that higher ground if only thing we know is the negative side. It's always good to know the negative side. Don't get me wrong now, because you need to know what you're going against, so in order to go against it. But if that's the only thing you know, well, baby, your talents are limited. You're the kind of person that when the good time rolls, hey, you're gonna be looking around the corner looking for something bad to happen to you. That's right. So we need to stop dogging our own self sometime. Talking about what we can't do, what we don't have. If you don't have it and it's supposed to be, and you want it, and I'm talking about I ain't talking about no ill-gotten stuff. I'm talking everything I'm talking about now. I'm referring to as a positive thing. I'm not talking about breaking into nobody's house, breaking into the banks and stealing and pillaging and burning. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about good life. You deserve the good life. We all deserve the good life. We all deserve the good life, as good as you can get it. Some people are always going to have it better than others, but no one should have be sleeping on the ground. Not when the president of the United States is spending billions of dollars to bring people from other countries. I'm talking about from Afghanistan. That's right. I said I'm still on that one. and they're going around in L.A., with dump trucks, going through tent cities and just snatching up their stuff and putting them in garbage trucks. In garbage trucks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Taking all their possessions and just putting them in the garbage truck, crushing them. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's in the liberal part of town. That's in California, yeah. And New York is no better. And New York is no better. Jersey, no better. None of listen, nobody's hands are clean in this environment. No one's. No one's. Until every person that is on the street is taken care of who want to be taken care of. I don't want to hear this thing we're going to be socialist. We're already a socialist country. We got corporate welfare coming out of our heads. The oil company making hands over fist. The aviation company are making billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, really. If you put it up, if you add it all up, the big data companies, media companies, they all. You think that you think they're broke? They got so much, these wealthy corporations, these folks in the top 1.1%, they have so much money now. Hey, they're giving free flights to actors to the stars. Come on now. You up there worrying about that when you ain't even caring about folk here on the planet. But it's a shame now. you you write about it. It is terrible. It is terrible. What listen, for those of you who believe there's a God, for those of you who believe there's a God, and you know this, all this is going on. There's an event in the Bible that I read sometimes that talks about these these people, you know, and there was this man, he was going to a place, and he got robbed on the way. Listen to me now. He got robbed on the way. Well, he was on the road, bleeding out, and one person came up by him and looked at him and, sort of, shrugged his shoulders a little bit and said, you know, uh, he probably said to him, "You okay?" and whatnot. And the cat was, he was hurt pretty bad. You know, now now this cat was a person of renown, of means. Like he had money. He could have done something, but he just asked a question. "Oh, you okay?" And then he just went on about his way. He walked on off. Well, the next person came by. I think this person was a religious leader. You know, and he started, dilly dallying around, asking him, "Are you okay?" And he probably said to him, "Hey, I'm gonna pray for you and everything." And then he went on his way. Mhm. Now the third person that came by and he saw this person, all beat up, bloodied up, and things like that, and he got down. He saw to him. He gave him his horse and gave him some money and sent him on his way to get healed, get better. Now, which are those three? And he was just a common person. He wasn't. He had no notoriety. He was no one special. He was short of means, but he gave out of everything he had. And that's the way the society is most of the time. Now I'm not saying all people with money are like that or all religious folk are like that. I'm not saying that, but it's just too many of them that are. It's just too many of them that are. Just too many of them that are. And so, for those of you who think there's a God, when it's your time to go before your God, what are you going to say? How are you going to give account to yourself? So a lot of you just saying, "Hey, I don't believe in God in a way. So if I get there, I ain't, hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, you know." But for those who do, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Hope you say something better than what you're doing down here. Today, every day you have a chance. Every day we have a chance. You know, listen, this might sound crazy, but it's going to make a little sense if you just think about it. I hear people say, all we do is get used. They say, all we do is get used. That's okay, but that's okay. What if you're not being used, then you're no good. Now, if you are not being used, then you're just no good. What good? What good are you? Just sitting in the corner playing with yourself. You're no good if you're not being used. Hopefully, you're being used in the right way. But if you don't, hey, at least somebody thought enough thought enough about you to use you a little bit, huh? But God gave you a brain, gave us a brain. Use it. Use it to do better here on this planet. Use it to do better here in this United States. And so, Atlanta, really, 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 Atlanta, especially in our neighborhoods, y'all need to act like you're more concerned. You need to be more concerned. And it's say, there's a difference between home ownership and and someone who just renting, temporarily. You know, you know, you know, as terrible as what I'm going to say sounds, it's the truth. Not everyone is capable of home ownership, but everyone should have a home. I'm going to say that again. Not everyone is capable of home ownership, but everyone should have a home. For those who are not capable of home ownership, they should have a home where they should feel safe and secure. And for those who can do the home ownership, they should have the opportunity to do that. But we can never get there. We can never get there if we continue to stick our heads in the sand. Okay, Kim, he says, I'll say, Kim says, people need to both free time and political education to be involved in advocacy. You're right. You're right. But you see that the word that you use in the at the end of the statement was advocacy. Most folk don't even know what that is. They don't even know what it looked like because they've been out there in the wild so long that they were never ever taught that they do have an advocate. They have somebody to speak with them, and if they don't have an advocate, they themselves can become an advocate. They just got to unite. And I'm not saying just unite like, it's an easy thing because nothing in this life is easy. I'm saying it's possible. Yes. What I'm saying, it is possible. And so that's what we have to do. We have to continue to think of the possibilities. When you get up in the morning, when you get up in the morning, the first one of the first things that you do after taking your breath is give thanks that you can do these things and that the day is the beginning of the rest of your life. And then you're going to look at what is possible. Yes, you may have, I mean, during the day, you may get some trials and some tribulations. You may even went to sleep with some trials and some tribulations. But I guarantee you, if you get up in the morning and look around and you're still able to, you know, use, the reasonable portion of your limbs, your mind, and plot out your day, no matter where you are, even if you're in the lion's den with execution facing you, just give thanks for at this moment, I've got an opportunity to be set free. I have an opportunity to be set free. And so, my final comment for the night is this. My final comment is this: we need to break the chain. What chain am I talking about? The chain of ignorance. That's the main chain that causes us to stumble. The chain of self doubt, because we are better than, oftentimes we are better than what we think we are. And I'm not talking about those narcissistic people or those egomaniacs, and I'm talking about a normal folk, just everyday people. Everyday people. We got to break the chain of the abuse. We have to break that chain. We have to go after those. Listen. One thing that the Me Too movement taught me, that when a group of people, set their minds to something, guess what? I'll tell you this: hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. And they got after it, and they kept after it, and they're still on it to this day until they achieve what their task was. We need to do that. When I say we as the people, everybody. But we need to get on. We need to get on one accord. We need to get on code. We need to get on code. Well, I spoke enough tonight, and I thank you all again for putting up with me. And let me just say this last thing before I fade to black. Before I fade to black is this: don't let anyone, don't let anyone take the fire out of your eyes. Someone, I heard someone say that the eyes are the window to your soul. That thing that's inside us that stirs us to get us going. Don't let nobody quench your fire. Don't do it. Don't let anybody. And if someone is trying to quench your fire, you know, it's always okay to let somebody know. It's always okay. Listen, you know, you know, you know. I need help. I need help. I need help. Could you help me? I don't want my fire put out. All right, that's it for tonight. That's my rant for tonight. Again, I apologize for the uh, uh, audio only, but such as it such as it may. Hope to see you guys again next Monday, and hopefully that we have everything working. So I want to thank everybody who was on this live presentation. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Gloria, and making your comments. And I just want to I just want to end with this one song, and if it offends you, hey, so be it. Other than that, may God bless you. have a second time around before you go. Something I like to say. Everything's not worth the same. There's a stronger force behind the scenes. He's in our lives every day. He's right there when we fall. In him is where my strength lies. I lift my eyes beyond the skies. Only he can save my life, and only he can hear my cry. I wanna thank you, God, for giving me one more chance to raise my voice and to sing your praise. Sing it out loud, I sing it all day. This song is my prayer again for only you. I know it can compare to the gift from you. Gave me your love, you gave me your son. Oh, there's some who don't believe. Sometimes it's very hard to see. If it's open light every day, some things don't go your way. But to be without is not his will. His cattle on 1,000 hills, and you're all yours to claim. Just claim him in his holy name. See, you don't have to beg or crawl. He can see you standing proud and tall. You give us everlasting love. Just come to him as you are. I wanna thank you, God, for giving me one more chance to raise my voice and to sing your praise. I sing it out loud. Oh, I sing it all day. This song is my prayer again to only you. I know it can compare to the gift from you. Oh, you gave me your love. You gave me your son. I wanna thank you, God, for giving me one more chance to raise my voice and to sing your praise. I sing it out loud. Oh, I sing it all day. This song is my prayer again to only you. I know it can compare to the gift from you. Give me I say,